finding what's been marked as State Exhibit 261 through 266.
Okay.
Do you recognize what 261 through 266 will be?
I do.
What are they?
They are photos that we took at the crime scene.
Okay. Now, do they fairly and accurately depict what you took at that time?
They do.
Okay. We move to admit 261 through 266.
No objection, Your Honor.
All right, thank you. No objection, then exhibits 261 through 266 are admitted.
We'll move to publish.
Do you have them ready to go? All right. Hold on.
Are you able to see what has been admitted as 261?
I can.
Okay. You talked about some footwear that you are looking for with a specific pattern. What footwear and what pattern were you looking for?
So there was a footwear impression that was found by the initial crime scene team with a diamond-shaped sort of pattern. So that was the type of pattern that we were looking for on the bottom of these shoes.
Did you, as part of your being in this residence, locate footwear that had what you were looking for in terms of a diamond-shaped pattern?
We believe this pattern was fairly consistent with the footwear impression that was found at the scene.
262, will that be where you found the shoe in this house that belonged to Huston Danker?
Yes, this is in the entryway with the carpet and the black vans. That's where they were located.
Okay. And you described those shoes as a type of shoes called Vans?
Yes, correct.
Fair enough to say 263 is a close-up of that same Vans
Yes.
shoes? What do we see on 264?
So this is a photo of the entryway after we removed the carpet, and we applied Blue Star to the underside of the carpet as well, or that surface.
So, in other words, is that how it appears with the Blue Star?
No, that's actually a flashlight shining onto the floor because the whole room is dark, so we were trying to get a photo of the floor with the flashlight on it.
How would you describe the floor that you took this picture of?
Well, this is after the carpet was removed, so there's kind of like an adhesive, sticky tack on the floor at that point in time.
Okay, and this is when you'd remove the carpet to that floor?
Yes, this is after the carpet was removed.
What do we see on 265?
This is the same area with just the flashlight moved off to the side. I believe this was before we applied Blue Star to it.
What about 266?
This is another, the same area with the flashlight in a different space.
describe the shoes that you took photos of. Did you collect those shoes for evidence purposes?
We did.
I'm going to show you what's been marked as State Exhibit 300 for the purposes of identification. Do you recognize what 300 is?
I do.
Are those the same Vans shoes that you testified to photographing and taking from these residents?
They are.
And there are a pair, there's another pair of these. Do they accurately depict what you took on that day?
Yes.
We'll move to admit State Exhibit 300.
Any objections, Mr. Baker?
None, Your Honor.
State's Exhibit 300 is admitted.
I will publish the hearing to the jury. Were there electronic devices that you also secured from these residents?
Yes, we collected 3 cell phones.
Do you remember can you describe what cell phones you collected?
There were 2 white iPhones in the kitchen. One had a green case on it, as well as 1 black iPhone in the sort of dining room area on the piano.
And fair enough to say these were taken to the lab for further testing too?
I believe we transferred the custody to Special Agent Villata at the scene, so he took those.
Was there presence of firearms or ammunition or any ballistic evidence that you recovered from Huston Danker's residence?
Yes, we recovered 14 22 caliber fired shell casings from the outdoor, kind of around the porch area of the residence.
We just have a minute, Judge.
You may.
I have no further questions. Thank you.
Cross-examination, Mr. Hawbaker.
Thank you, Your Honor. Morning, ma'am.
Good morning.
So your investigation was limited to the visit to Huston Danker's property, is that right?
That's correct.
The footwear that was collected, the vans that have been described, we've heard testimony previously from somebody that does impressions. Okay. Was there an analysis of those of impressions found at the Cooper resident of those shoes, with those shoes?
Not at the residence, no.
That wasn't a very good. Are you aware that there was a footwear impression found at the Cooper residence?
I am.
Do you know, and I'm asking this again because I asked it poorly, do you know if the shoes that you found at Huston Danker's residence were compared to those footwear impressions?
I don't know if they were compared.
The evidence of blood that you found at Huston Danker's house, was that ever analyzed, swabs taken?
We collected like the carpet and some swabs, and they were sent to DNA for analysis.
Okay, did you do that analysis?
I did not.
Did you collect the shell casings that you found outside?
We did.
Okay. Did you participate in any matching of those shell casings with firearms found in this case?
I did not.
Every photo that we saw, every shoe that was collected that you participated in were all found at Huston Danker's residence, correct?
That's correct.
And is it understood that at the time of the killing of Brian Cooper, this was the residence that Huston Danker resided in?
Yes.
Nothing further, thank you.
Any redirect?
You were tasked to look for a certain type of footwear, correct? Like what you
rephrase?
testified to, you're looking for a shoe that can make diamond patterns or will leave such an impression, correct?
Yes, we were looking for that type of pattern.
That's what you found that has been now admitted, correct?
Those were the shoes we thought were best consistent with the pattern.
And fair enough to say there were other people in the lab who were in charge of either doing firearms testing, ballistic testing, and also doing the DNA testing. Your job for this was only to go in and collect some evidence at this residence.
That's correct.
I have no further questions. Thank you.
Anything further?
And the significance of those shoes is quite clear. The shoes that you collected from Huston Danker's place, the Vans, had the similar print characteristics as the markings that were found at the Cooper residence, right?
That's why we collected them. We believe they were a consistent pattern.
Nothing further, Your Honor.
All right, thank you, ma'am. You may step down. You're excused.